So Chapter 6 has given us a better look at the bones as both tissues and organs. The focus of Chapter 7 will be looking at the individual bones of the skeleton and the features of those bones. So recall that the skeleton is composed of bones, cartilages, joints, and ligaments, although in Chapter 7, as I mentioned, we'll specifically be focusing here on the individual bones of the skeleton. So at birth, humans have approximately 270 bones, but as we mature into adults, we have on average about 206 bones. So where do these 64 bones go? They don't just disappear. It turns out that as we age, some bones fuse together with nearby bones, and so that causes multiple bones to become one single piece of bone, and this also causes our total count of bones in our skeleton to decrease, so we get fusion of nearby bones to create larger pieces of bone. So in this course, our focus will be primarily on the adult skeleton, so we're going to study the 206 bones in the adult skeleton. Now, the skeleton is a very supportive structure, but it's also at the same time very lightweight, so it only clocks in at about 20% of our total body mass, and so it is a supportive structure able to support our entire body weight, but it is also not unnecessarily bulky as well. So we'll study the skeleton by dividing it into two major regions. We have the axial division, which is shown here in teal, and the appendicular division, which is shown here in the tan coloration. The function of the axial division is to support and protect, while the appendicular division is what provides our skeleton and our whole body with mobility. The axial division consists of 80 bones located in three major regions. We have the skull, we have the vertebral column, and we also have the thoracic cage. So overall, the axial division supports the head, the neck, and the trunk, but also at the same time, it's serving to protect the soft organs inside of those structures. So inside of the skull, we have the brain. Inside of the vertebral column, we have the spinal cord. And then inside of the thoracic cage, or inside the thoracic cavity, we have organs like the heart and the lungs. And so the axial skeleton is serving to protect and support all of those structures. The appendicular division contains 126 bones that are located in four major regions. We have the pectoral girdle, the upper limbs, the pelvic girdle, and the lower limbs. The function of the girdles is to unite the limbs to the axial skeleton. So for example, the pectoral girdle, which is what we think of as kind of the shoulder region of the skeleton, unites the upper limbs to the axial skeleton. And the pelvic girdle is what unites the lower limbs to the axial skeleton. So the girdles function to unite the limbs to the axial division of the skeleton, and the limbs themselves enable us to carry out body movements.